Did you see that show about the guy that goes back in time to put right where once went wrong? No, not that one. The one with the military and the ship. No, not that one. The new one. And welcome back to the heart of the stories we tell. A series where I spend way too much time thinking about what makes a story. And today's episode is Limitless, the new time travel show on NBC. And let's be honest, anyone out there who pretends to be an expert on time travel is a lot like an expert on a non-crooked politician. I guess there's some theories about them, but in the real world we just don't know it to be true yet. If the sales pitch for this series was, we're going to make a bunch of anachronistic jokes about who we are when we're back in time, we're going to have some very sexist moments where the girls are the butt of the joke, and we're going to have some kick-ass girls that actually are capable of handling their own, and remember the fact that people like Amelia Earhart actually lived in the past and that not all women were subservient, you know what? That alone sold me on a time travel story. However, this one seems to actually have a pretty decent mystery involved in it too. But before we get into that, let's talk about... So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. So let's start with the rules. The rules seem to be that you can't go back to a time you already existed. Okay, I don't know if that's really that scientific, but it's a great way to limit the story. It's a great way to give them consequences. Hey, we can't go back and fix what we just messed up. Also, that means no Bill and Ted explanation. Remember the trash can. The end of the episode confirms that the butterfly effect is fully engaged, which means any minor change in the past could have dire repercussions in the future. Let's talk about saving the Hindenburg for a minute, because this is where Geeky Rob is going to go into Time Travel Theory 101, and the thing that a lot of movies and shows get wrong. Let's pretend for a second that time travel is real, and we're going to take a look at two couples' lives. Specifically, we're going to have Samantha and Darren, and we're going to have Luke and Leia. Yeah, not original names, whatever. In Timeline A, Luke and Leia get married and have kids, and in Timeline A, Sam and Darren get married and have kids. Seems pretty straightforward, right? Well, in Timeline B, Darren dies, so now Sam doesn't ever marry Darren, so their kids never exist, which already sends the butterfly effect into a massive conniption fit. However, let's say that Samantha, who now not married to Darren, marries Luke. Man, doesn't that throw everything off, because Luke and Leia's kids are never born, but now there's another set of variables, another set of kids, Sam and Luke's. Now, they said how many people died on the Hindenburg? How many people does that throw into the gene pool and throw things off? And remember, each thing dominoes and gets worse and worse. If in 1900 there were 5 couples that were thrown off, and all 5 couples had kids, well then in 1920-ish, there are all of those kids that are now thrown off in the gene pool. But in 1940, all of them could have had kids, and the people who they mess up relationships with could have kids. By now, we could have a completely different set of people in some place like New York. The question was asked, how could the Hindenburg affect this? My answer is, how could the Hindenburg not affect this? I want you to think about this. How many people affect your lives? Your best friend, all of that stuff, that's nice, heartfelt stuff. But what about just long-term real things? Who discovered the cure for polio? Who discovered the cure for cancer? Oh, no one discovered the cure for cancer? Well, maybe in the new timeline they do. And maybe no one cured polio. And maybe because no one cured polio, we have things even worse now. That's the problem. Every time you try to change things to make them better, they could inadvertently get worse. Let's talk about the diary. Let's talk about the fact that something that hasn't been written yet is currently influencing events, and what that could mean. The fact of causality before event is pretty ingrained in our thought. Cause then effect. Effect then cause totally messes that up. But okay, for now I'm going to just say I'm giving this a thumbs up for now, and after a couple episodes we'll give it a good rating. In the meantime, I do have a month of Halloween countdown coming up today, so make sure to subscribe to get all of my content, and then join me back here next time, in the heart of the stories we tell. Thanks for watching.